Shabbat curled and drives and scores!
And the Senators win it.
Five apart, another chance, Matheson can score! Great Matheson! Oh, and got it! Green! Oh, Green again! Scores!
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Now, before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_ and on Instagram at Sens Talk. Now, before we get into today's Let's Talk episode with the current Senator trade rumors, a couple things. Firstly, go to SeatGeek.com and use the promo code SensTalk. You will save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek is the best, if not one of the best, third-party ticket sale websites in the entire world. So make sure to take advantage of this great deal today by going to SeatGeek.com and use the promo code SensTalk. You'll save $20. Go to a concert, go to a game, doesn't matter. You save $20 on your first purchase. So take advantage of this incredible deal today. As well, this Saturday we'll be uploading a Sens Weekly update report. So stay tuned in the next few days for that. It's been a slow stream of news recently in Sens land. So I'm going to take a few days off and then upload that on Saturday. But like I said, the last few weeks, lots of content coming your way. July 21st. NHL expansion draft. We'll have live coverage there. July 23rd, I believe, is the NHL entry draft. Live coverage there. The month of July, it's going to be incredible here on youtube.com/SensTalk. Lots of great content coming your way, so stay tuned for that. But besides that, let's get into today's video. Over the last few weeks, Senators insider Bruce Garriock has been reporting that the Senators organization are very keen on bringing in reinforcements to bolster the Senators forward group. So let's talk about it. Which forwards can Ottawa bring in? Well, according to Bruce Garriock, he says that Nazem Kadri is one name that will be on the Senators' radar this offseason. Now, the Colorado Avalanche center in 2020-2021 played in 56 games played where he had 11 goals, 21 assists, and 32 points. Now, Nazem Kadri's contract, he has a modified no-trade clause, which essentially means he would give the Colorado Avalanche, if they wanted to trade Kadri would give the Avalanche organization a list of 10 teams he'd be willing or not willing to be traded to. As well, Nazem Kadri's contract is around $4.5 million per year, so it's a little high. However, he is a UFA after next season, so it's a one-year deal left on the contract, nothing long-term if the Ottawa Senators did trade for Nazem Kadri. Now, is it likely that Nazem Kadri becomes an Ottawa Senator? Well, the Sens organization has always liked Nazem Kadri. We even tried once to bring him in via the draft. Look at this legendary clip here from former Leafs GM Brian Burke, and former Senators legendary general manager, the late Brian Murray. Watch this clip.
I'll flip you.
Kadri's the kid we're going to take. Is that the kid you want?
Yeah.
We're going to take him. So.
Okay.
That clip is absolutely legendary. Shout out to both of those legends. But back to the discussion about Nazem Kadri. Now, Nazem Kadri's gritty play style would definitely mesh well and nicely in Ottawa's top six, and his production would surely boost our offensive core too. I think Kadri is a player Ottawa has a likelihood of targeting this offseason via a trade. Now, what would a deal look like? It would probably involve a second-round pick or a first-round pick. Probably a second-round pick because of Kadri's suspension history and a prospect or a player. It's probably a two-for-one type deal, not a 5 or 6 player deal. It's a 2-for-1 type deal probably. But for Ottawa, Nazem Kadri is a hell of a player. Like I just said, Ottawa has had incredible interest anyways in bringing in Nazem Kadri in the past. I think his grittiness and his production definitely warrants consideration for him to be brought in. Now, it is important to mention, like I said before, I'll say it again, he has a history of suspensions, which is why he will not command a first-round pick in any trade, because he, for some reason, every single playoff likes to headhunt and gets kicked out for like 8 to 10 games. So there's definitely a risk with Nazem Kadri because in the playoffs he has a tendency for some reason to always injure and get suspended, but that doesn't take away from his talent, and he definitely has a lot of talent. So if Ottawa wants to bring in a second-line center who has 1 year left on the deal, who fits well in the system, Nazem Kadri definitely is that guy. You just have to be a little worried about his history of suspensions. As many on Sens Twitter have been mentioning the last couple of weeks, how awesome would it be if Brady Tkachuk and Matthew Tkachuk played on the same team? Well, unfortunately, even though that would be incredible, that's unlikely. Matthew Tkachuk will not be traded to Ottawa. I hate to break it to you, Sens fans. The Flames organization has vigorously refuted any claim that Matthew Tkachuk will be traded in the near future. Although it would be cool for the Tkachuk brothers to play together and create chaos with each other on the ice. It appears unlikely. However, Sean Monahan, the former Ottawa 67, is reportedly more likely to be dealt from the Calgary Flames. So let's speak about Sean Monahan. So Sean Monahan is reportedly on the trade block for the Calgary Flames, and he could fit in well in Ottawa's top six. However, that cap hit at $6.3 million until 2023, plus a modified no-trade clause in that contract until 2023, makes this a really risky option for the Senators to explore in any trade scenario. Now, in 2020-2021, the Calgary Flames center played in 50 games played with 10 goals, 18 points, and 28 points total. It doesn't sound like a lot, but in 50 games, 28 points is pretty good. And it's also important to note, less than 2 or 3 years ago, Sean Monahan put up an 82-point season. So there's no question that Sean Monahan can definitely contribute and produce in the National Hockey League. Now, what's the likelihood that the former 67 plays in Ottawa again? Well, listen, the former Ottawa 67 could surely use a change of scenery, and it appears the Flames would agree with that sentiment. However, that term for the next 2 to 3 years, plus that AAV, that average annual value, that $6.3 million cap hit, makes this a risky trade that I would not encourage the Senators to pursue anytime soon, especially with Josh Norris and Shane Pinto here in the fold right now, and really Greg and others coming up in the near future. I believe a Sens Flame trade is unlikely, and Ottawa should be targeting Senators that are producing in this league at around the age of 23. That's players that Ottawa should be targeting. Sean Monahan's 26, and that's another reason why Ottawa shouldn't trade for him. He's going to want a big contract at the end of this contract that Ottawa definitely cannot afford thanks to Brady Tkachuk contract extensions in the near future, Tim Stützle, Jake Batherson, etc. So for Ottawa, they can't even afford Sean Monahan because there's a lot of contracts coming up, let alone the fact that, hey, let's say Sean Monahan doesn't play well, now you're paying a center $6.3 million to underperform. It's just a really risky option here for Ottawa. So Ottawa should target players that are around the age of 23, 22, that are producing at a good rate. A player like that comes to mind would be like a Dylan Strome from Chicago. I believe he's a free agent. I think that's a player Ottawa could definitely look into. He's sort of a reclamation project, sure, but he could definitely produce in the National Hockey League. And I think he'd be great fit with Ottawa. He's a younger type of player. He definitely has still some ceiling to reach. Now, as well, Sam Reinhardt is another player that's been thrown out there, but there's no real link between the Senators and Sabres. This is a deal, however, that I would encourage the Senators to pursue, as Reinhardt is a young center entering his prime soon with immense potential and is already playing pretty well. These are the types of players Ottawa should be targeting. Long-term young options like Dylan Strome or Sam Reinhardt especially. So, question for you, the fans. Who do you think the Sens should trade for? Should they trade for a Sam Reinhardt? Should they trade for a Sean Monahan? Should they trade for a Nazem Kadri? Let me know in the comment section down below. Did I not mention someone? Let me know down below if I didn't mention somebody's name, like an Adam Henrique, for example. I know many of you were about to comment that. But besides that, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you. I'll see you Saturday for the Sens Weekly Update video. But besides that, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video, share this video, share cool stuff, and click the big round button down there, and subscribe to us. And most importantly of all, turn the notification bell on so you get notified whenever we upload a new video. Besides that, thank you all for watching. Appreciate the support. Go Sens, go.